Hello and welcome to more quarantine Canceroke. I'm Zach, and today is one of my favorite artists of all time.
The singing's not great and it's kinda hokey. It's time for another Canceroke.
Yeah, it's not really that good, yeah.
I'm gonna exclude my dad, obviously. Okay? But I was a preteen, teenager when the 80s hit. So as I started growing and learning my own music, listening to the radio, that's when the huge wave of 80s came along. So as a result, I'm deeply entrenched in the 80s. I love a lot of 80s music. One of the big artists that came out of the 80s was Thomas Dolby. And you may remember him from such hits as She Blinded Me with Science and this one, Hyperactive, which was a charting hit. It was on the radio, but it wasn't a huge hit. But I just wanted to say, before I get started, go look up Thomas Dolby albums, okay? He is so much more than She Blinded Me with Science. So much more. His first album, The Flat Earth, which had that song on it, is amazing. It's so good. There's so many good songs on it. And every album he did after that was different. It wasn't just a rehash of like, oh, I'm 80s cyber keyboard guy. It's like, it's just the next album he did after this was called The Flat Earth. It has some absolutely beautiful songs on it. It's so good. And then he did a couple more albums after that, and each one is different. He did Aliens Ate My Buick, which he did with a real band for the whole album, which is a total departure from his previous stuff. And it's total funk based too. It's like a funk album. It's so good. And then he did Astronauts and Heretics, which again is a whole other departure, a whole big studio sound, and it's got some beautiful songs on it, like I Love You Goodbye. If you go listen to that or look it up on YouTube, I Love You Goodbye by Thomas Dolby. The official video is up there to give you an idea of what he was doing by his fourth album. I'm just saying, he's one of those artists that just never stopped being incredible and making incredible music and reinventing himself constantly. And that's all I wanted to say. This Canceroke is Hyperactive, one of his, like I said, hits from the 80s. Not a huge hit, but if you're around then, you probably might remember this being played on the radio once or twice. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking and do it. So this is Thomas Dolby and Hyperactive.
Tell me about your childhood.
At the tender age of 3, I was hooked to a machine just to keep my mouth from spouting junk. Ha! Must have took me for a fool, because they chucked me out of school, because the teacher knew I had the funk. But tonight I'm on the edge, you better shut me in the fridge, because I'm burning up, with a vision in my brain, and the music in my veins, and the dirty rhythm in my blood. They are messing with my heart, and they're messing with my heart, and they're messing with my heart. Won't stop messing with my, ripping me apart. Hyperactive when I'm small, hyperactive now I'm grown, hyperactive and the night is young. In a minute I'll blow. And they're messing with my heart. Keep on messing with my heart. Keep on messing with my heart. Oh, ripping me apart. Hyperactive on the floor of messages from outer space. Deep heat. for the beat, the rhythm of your heartbeat, at the music of the street. It isn't any rap attack. It isn't any rap attack. Rap up, rap up, rap up, attack. I can reach into your homes like an itch in your headphones. You can't turn it up. Yeah, I'm the shape in your back room. I'm the breather on the phone, and I'm burning up. But there's one thing I must say before they lock me up again. You'll be safer at the back when I'm having an attack, attack, attack. Hyperactive every day is long. Hyperactive in the soul. Hyperactive in your tone. Hyperactive when the man is young. Hyperactive now I'm told. Hyperactive when I'm dead and hyperactive now I'm told. Hyperactive when the day is long. Hyperactive when I'm soul. Hyperactive when you're told. Hyperactive when the night is young. Hyperactive when I'm soul. Hyperactive now I'm told. Hyperactive when I'm dead and gone. Yeah, despite how much I like that song, I still screwed up part of it. That is the nature of Canceroke for me. Anyway, I'm not going to rehash everything I said before, but just if you've never given Thomas Dolby a second listen because she blinded me with science and that was it, I encourage you strongly to give Thomas Dolby a second listen. Go listen to some of his deep tracks, deep cuts, his later albums. Really, it's just, he's got so much good music. And that's all I'm going to say about it. So thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you later.